Hello, in this video we will discuss about the FGF21 fibroblast growth factor 21. So what is the FGF21 molecule? Basically it released during the fasting more, but as usual also release. Body energy metabolism and cardiovascular homeostasis are highly controlled process that involved highly coordinated crosstalk among distal organs. So there are several organs involved for the FGF21 metabolism. So important note that the FGF21 will release during the fasting state as well as the intermittent fasting. So the interplay between FGF21 and adiponectin in metabolism is very special and an important topic. So the adiponectin and FGF21 relation we will discuss also. So the adiponectin is released due to the lipolysis, while the FGF21 will release due to the lipolysis as well as due to the intermittent fasting or fasting. So this is the brain, blood vessel and heart. So this is the blood circulatory system. And this is the FGF21 will stimulate through a peroxisome proliferator activated receptor gamma and alpha. So this will stimulate in the liver, will increase the cholesterol excretion due to the increase of the FGF21 and cholesterol biogenesis. Also it paracrinally or autocrinally bind. When the autocrinally bind as paracrinally and go into the endocrine system, so into the blood circulatory system will target to the brain for identification of FGF21. So it will bind. After the binding, the HPA axis will be occur. This hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis will be occur. In this way, the hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis will lead to control the gluconeogenesis, cholesterol increase, cholesterol excretion increase, and cholesterol biogenesis will be increased. So in this way, the hypothalamic, pituitary, which and adrenal axis will lead to sympathetic and parasympathetic relationship also. So in this way, here is the peroxisome proliferator activated receptor can be inhibited if the too much FGF21 will produce during the fasting state. So that is very important thing you should need to understand. This is also target to the heart, and heart also produce the FGF21. So this FGF21 will bind with the heart cell. After the binding will lead to oxidative stress decrease, apoptosis will be decreased, and cardiac hypertrophy also decrease. So the cardiac hypertrophy means the increasing of the cell size of the heart, which that is harmful. And also the reproduction increase and circadian activity will be increased due to the binding of the brain. So the brain is the central regulator. After when bind with the adipocytes, after binding, so the peroxisome proliferator activated receptor gamma will activate, will enhance more the FGF21 receptor for binding to lipolysis. Also produce the GLUT1 channel, which that is GLUT1 channel, and the adiponectin also released due to the PPAR alpha gamma. So the adiponectin is very important, which that also increase the adipogenesis, while on the other hand the glucose uptake will increase, lipolysis possibly decrease, and due to the fasting state, so the energy expenditure possibly will increase and adipogenesis will increase. Macrophage polarization to macrophage 2 polarization and proliferation will also increase. Also the GLUT1 channel, which that increase due to the binding of the FGF21 receptor for enhance, and in this way it is energy expenditure, adipogenesis, and the macrophage polarization will increase. And in this way the FGF21 when bind with the cell will increase the glucose uptake, So the anabolism will be occur during the fasting time. On the other hand, important thing is that the lipolysis will enhance the adiponectin, and in this way, the lipolysis basically after this adiponectin produce will decrease due to the too much adipolysis. And here is the pancreas will produce insulin. This pancreas can produce insulin will bind with the insulin receptor. Due to the insulin sensitivity will increase and low risk of the diabetes when bind the adiponectin with a muscle cell. So the adiponectin is indirectly important for the FGF21 for decreasing of the diabetic person. So the decrease of the diabetes. And the heart is basically the myocardium, which that cardiac hypertrophy which will decrease, as well as the vascular protection will be increased due to the adiponectin. So the adiponectin is released due to the FGF21 stimulation will bind with the adipose tissue. So here is the adipose tissue and bind the FGF21. After the binding with the FGF21, the adiponectin as well as the FGF21 will produce. Due to the, here you can see the receptor tyrosine, which that's contain dimeric domain, and the one is the beta klotho is the participant receptor, which that will bind with the extracellular domain to cascade of phosphorylation events will be occur, will stimulate the peroxisome proliferator activated receptor gamma. And this enhancement of the gamma will stimulate the increase of the peroxisome proliferator activated receptor gamma will bind with the different site of the gene for activation of the FGF21 gene and adiponectin. So the FGF21 gene when bind with the DNA site, the specific gene will transcribe that gene into the messenger RNA. This messenger RNA will go into the cytoplasm and the translation will be occur from the transcription. That translation can be adiponectin as well as FGF21. So this is the adipose tissue, adipocyte. So after this, basically the FGF21 boosting step is the higher carbohydrates and low protein, which that will increase due to the lipolysis. We will not eat fat, so that is why. And because it regulates carbohydrates. Why? Because carbohydrate regulation and due to the insulin sensitivity high and lipid metabolism. So the lipid metabolism will be occur when we will not eat fat. It is secretes during fasting, so important things you should need to understand. And the function is the maintaining of energy homeostasis and adaptation to starvation and low temperature. So the body require low temperature when we will go into the starvation phase for the preservation of the heat. Anyhow, here I am drawing the graph for understanding that several person contains several different type of FGF21 level in their blood. So in this way, the FGF21 when increase, so the lipogenesis will be decreased, while the FGF21 will decrease, the lipolysis will be increased. So this is the opposite, and the different graph will show with the age wise. So the older age will decrease the FGF21, so that is why the adipogenesis is also decrease. So the FGF21 significance is that it can be decrease the diabetic person. It can decrease diabetes due to the insulin sensitivity.